We have already talked about several East Asian philosophies, including the Chinese philosophy, in the former episodes. We classified Chinese philosophy, ancient Chinese philosophy. We did classify it into important ancient Chinese philosophies and less significant Chinese philosophies. The important ancient Chinese philosophies are Confucianism, legalism, and Taoism. And the less significant Chinese ancient philosophies are Maoism, the school of Names, and the Yin Yang school of thoughts. These are the ancient Chinese philosophies. Besides, Buddhism became very prominent as a religion as well in ancient China. Modern Chinese thought is generally seen as being rooted in classical Confucianism, Neo-Confucianism, Buddhism, and Taoism, all of which are very prominent, all of which were very prominent during the late Ming Dynasty. Later on, several historical events occurred, and during the period of Opium War, the Opium War occurred in 1839 to 1842, a period of colonial invasions throughout Southeast Asian countries. As part of the colonial invasion, the Opium War occurred in China. The Opium War of 1839-1842 saw the beginning of Western and Japanese invasions across China and the exploitation of Chinese people. This exploitation of Chinese people was really humiliating to great Chinese thinkers. Great Chinese thinkers regarded this as humiliating to the Chinese people, suppressing and exploiting. The later 19th and 20th century era, the later 19th and 20th century era, witnessed several philosophical thoughts of Chinese thinkers who very pragmatically looked upon to Western political and scientific knowledge. These Chinese thinkers pragmatically looked upon to Western practical and scientific knowledge and the consequent political upheavals as a way to preserve Chinese culture, its traditions. One of the great philosophers of ancient China, one of the great philosophers of modern China was Shang Xintong. He was a modern philosopher. Shang Xintong, who wrote a doctrine to define Chinese learning as a substance and Western learning as a function. He regarded Chinese traditional learning as a substance, a source of all substance, and Western learning is a practical, scientific, and technological developments. Everything as such as Western learning as a function. The traditionalists, meanwhile, sought to revive and fortify hereditary Chinese philosophical schools. Great thinkers like Yang Ranzan and Ouyang Jingwu tried to revive and promote Buddhist thoughts, the ancient Buddhist thoughts, during the modern era as well. Meanwhile, Confucianism tried to be revived by several traditionalists as Neo-Confucianism during the beginning of the 20th century in Republic China. The notable Neo-Confucian thinkers were Xiang Shi and Feng Yu Lam during the first generation period. First generation period happened to occur during the first decades of 20th century. The second generation, 1950 toward 1979, include the philosophical thoughts of great thinkers like Tang Junil, Mao Song Sam, and Yu Fugua. The second generation of New Confucian thoughts published the New Confucian Manifesto in 1958. These are the modern philosophical thoughts of China after China became a republic. Now we have to think about the Japanese. The Japanese are one of the important ancient geographical area as part of an archipelago where occurred to be happen several religions of flourish in ancient times. In Japan, in ancient times, the Shinto and Buddhism became very prominent, and people simultaneously and harmoniously practiced Shinto religion and Buddhism in their day-to-day life. Actually, Shinto means the ways of the gods, the being and the ways of the gods. Shinto actually means. Shinto religion worships several kami. Kami means ancestors and good spirits and wicked spirits as well, which affect their domestic affairs. And these people, these Japanese people, worshipped kami in their domestic altars as well as in front of the public shrines. Kami is a term denoting about deities, divinities, and spirits, which include evil spirits and good spirits, which are devoutly venerated by the Shinto worshippers of ancient Japanese religion. The kami might be elements of the landscape, force of nature, the being of good spirits, adorable, venerable, as well as the evil spirits, abominable and afraid of. These are spirits of the dead people, which the Japanese people became to worship as kami. Kami are considered to be the ancient ancestors of different clans as well, who passed in their course of time, in their course of life. Thereby, the great emperors of ancient Japan also became the kami after their unnatural death. These are the kami in Shinto religion. Then we can talk about other Japanese religions and philosophies in our next episode.